My name's Steve Lamoth, and today we are breaking down the number one question I've got this year, and it's primarily from people who own homes already, and they're asking me, is now a good time to move? Should I sell now or should I wait? And I've been getting that question a lot ever since interest rates started to go up, right? If you're sitting on a 2 or 3% interest rate, it's gonna be really hard for you logically to leave that interest rate and buy a new home, especially at how expensive it's gonna be on a monthly basis. The good question that I always ask people whenever they're considering this is, do you think you're gonna be in this home for the next 5 years, right? Like, let's say you have 2 kids and you have a 3-bedroom and you're making it work now, but you know for sure in 5 years, like when your kids are older, you're gonna have to have that 4th bedroom. I don't think it's worthwhile to sit there in a home that's not working for you or in an area that you don't wanna be in hopes that interest rates will go down in the future. And if you did buy a home today with that high rate, you can always refinance later on at a pretty good low cost and lock in that savings. I think what a lot of people forget about though is if interest rates went down, say 2%, I would imagine there's gonna be a flood of new activity and demand, and it's gonna be far more competitive to buy homes. So it might make it a lot harder for you to find that perfect home, even though interest rates are less and logically it feels like it's a better time. There's gonna be a lot more people competing over probably less homes, right? And so I think it's just a trade-off, and you have to really think about what's the pluses and minuses. I'll share a personal story. My wife and I and our kids, we've been voyeuristically thinking about moving from our house, which we love our neighborhood, but we just knew that this house was not gonna be perfect for us as our kids got older. And over the last 2 or 3 years, we found a couple of houses that we thought would work, but decided against it because interest rates were higher and obviously it's more expensive. But we've always had this lingering, it would be better to get this certain kind of home because we know it would fit better. Well, eventually after 2.5 years of thinking about this, we just decided, okay, well, we should just rip the Band-Aid off now because we knew eventually we're gonna move. Our kids are getting older, so we might as well get them into a new school now. And you just kind of reach this point, you really can't wait anymore. And I can tell you from personal experiences, it was great for me to go through this as an agent because man, it was chaotic. It took tons of time. I had to take like a week off of work. It was all consuming. So every day, all you're thinking about is your move. The whole process, even though it went really smooth, we used one of our agents, it was still all encompassing and very stressful, right? I'm sharing this personal experience with you because even I, who really know this as a profession the last 16 years, and I'm an investor at heart, left my 2.7% interest rate to a 6% interest rate in today's environment because I knew eventually I would have to move. And maybe someday we'll save some money in the end, right? It's definitely more expensive to live where we are now because interest rates are higher, right? So think about this. I wanted to answer that question with a very real world, I've just did this, and hopefully someone gets value from that. If you ever need anything, call us at 916-436-SELL or visit homesbyelevate.com.